In the last episode, I mentioned that I could not share the third stolen painting with you. Now I saw it in a catalogue. In January 1978, the year of the horse, Yeh got the idea and created this painting while he was a guest in San Francisco. In addition, in the previous episodes, I have mentioned that Yeh had received a precious reply letter from the US President Eisenhower, as well as a long inscription calligraphy which praised his paintings as Chinese Impressionism from Mr. Chang Chuan. Both are missing now. How that happened? Yeh said that it was a pity. Before his art exhibition in Hong Kong, Yeh sent both to a framing shop for decoration. However, Yeh forgot to ask for receipts. Therefore, the shop said it never received them. In the other words, the shop swallowed these two pieces, means it kept them from Yeh, for Yeh had no receipts. Now let us look at his life in photos. Before the age of 51, he was on the stage serving the country through military. From the age of 51 to 75, he was in the stage of exhibiting his horse paintings around the world, just like conquering the world by Chinese cultural and paintings. After the age of 76, he was in the stage of teaching and learning and giving back to society. From the two albums that I have shared with you before, this picture shows visitors who crowded the Yes exhibition sponsored by USIS Taipei in April 1960, while Ambassador E.F. Drumright resided there from 1958 to 1962. This is a newsreel scene, taken by the Taiwan Provincial Motion Pictures, showing Yeh at work in October 1960. This is how Mr. Yeh shows his horse painting work on a TV show. This television transmitting station is the first one of its kind successfully designed by the National Chiao Tung University. In addition, we have seen many friends from different countries visiting General Yeh. Countries including Spain, General Agustin Muñoz Grandes, Spain's Vice Chief of State, and his son, Captain Agustin Muñoz Galilea, as well as friends from Western Germany, England, France, Austria, the Philippines, Malaysia, and from the United States and other Western countries. In 1963, the Youth Warriors Daily reported some news, saying that a soldier on the front line of Kinmen, named Injun, wrote a letter to General Yeh and asked for a horse painting, with the conclusion as, "Please let me post your godlike horse painting in the bunker to increase the warmth and the brilliance of our front line." Owing to Yin's touching affection, Yet deeply moved and chose the two most proud paintings in the album and presented them to Yin. This one showed Taipei International Women's Association specially invited General Yeh to give a speech and made an on-site demonstration. More than 300 ladies and socialites from various countries attended the event, which was unprecedented. In the middle of these two photographs, General Yeh Tsui-Pai praises Yeh's horse paintings with famous sentences. The horse paintings make heroes feel fascinated and make beauties feel love and empathetic. Who is Yeh Tsui-Pai? After checking, his name is Yeh Dada from 1908 to 1996, alias Tsui-Pai. He was the vice president of the Chinese Culture University, a lieutenant general and deputy chief of education at the Institute for National Defense and Security Research, and held several other duties. I suddenly remembered that I had seen his name before. In this album, he authored an article titled, "My Second Review on Viewing the Paintings by Yeh Tsui-Pai." I thought, since this is the second review, there must be a first review in somewhere. In addition, in the second review article also mentioned that in the second year, Yeh accepted the invitation of the Chinese Academy of Arts to make a special painting. That is why he wrote the second review. Then I wondered where the first article would be. After searching, I found it in this album for the exhibition, Paintings by Yeh Tsui-Pai too. Then I thought the painting named Chui Yin Tu means stepping over the clouds, with the English title of Charge, which shown in the third episode of Yeh Tsui-Pai. Someone mentioned the name of the Chinese Arts Academy, CAA. Therefore, I checked out the painting of Charge again. Then found Yu Ren wrote the title, and Liu Shu recorded that Yeh made this painting for the CAA. Back to the album again, I found out Mr. Chang's Wamei authored an article explaining an activity. After Yu Ren inscribed the title on Yeh's painting of Charge, the CAA pre-pressed the painting and used it as the theme question of their 80th issue to invite subscribers submitting their works. As a result, the CAA received a total of 1,000 poems from the literati and poets from 12 different countries. Mr. Liu Shu edited and published 100 poems on the CAA magazine, and Mr. Zhang's Wamei selected the best 9 poems on the album of painting by Yeh Tsui-Pai. I searched the CAA online, and then found the CAA was the Chinese Poetry Academy, CPA, in the beginning, and was a monthly magazine. In 1955, the CPA, founded by its honorary president, Yu Ren, President, Liang Hansao, Vice President and Editor-in-Chief, Liu Shu, and Publisher and Editor, Zhang Zuomei. So, one of General Yeh's paintings attracted 1,000 poems from various countries. It was really a grand event that led the arts circle at that time. When I turned to the last page of the album, I did not expect its editor to be the CA. This is yet another new discovery. Next, I will share with you several paintings that General Yeh made before October 1981 at age 72. From this painting, we will find out Yeh met another senior official, Zhang Xiaofeng, who appreciated Yeh's talents and was the founder of the Chinese Culture University CCU. In March 1984, Zhang opened the Celestial Horses Gallery inside the CCU and awarded Yeh Tsui-Pai an honorary certificate as the founding master of the Celestial Horses School of Painting. Later in 1987, Yeh Tsui-Pai opened a home of the Celestial Horses by himself at Shida Road, Taipei City, where by the side of the Xindian River. In August 2023, thanks to one of my neighbors, Mr. Lu Wei, who informed me one person wished to collect a copy of the catalogue of Ambassador and Mrs. E.F. Drumright's Ink Diplomacy exhibition, which I curated in 2020. This person is the founder and the chair of the World Calligraphy and Painting Association of Chinese Celestial Horses, Mr. Wang Qinghai. I then presented him with a copy, and he agreed to let me utilize all the information related to General Yeh that he had collected, and gave me one of his works too. From the pamphlet of The Celestial Horses of General Yeh Tsui-Pai, I found that the Celestial Horses Art Academy was located at 7th floor number 33 lane 118, Ho Ping East Road, Section 2, Taipei, Taiwan, ROC, with its telephone number of 0270611208. In addition, as for the image of the third stolen painting which mentioned in the beginning, is in this pamphlet too. The painting's image is next to the narration of the Celestial Horses and Dragon Calligraphy exhibition of Yeh Tsui-Pai. One more valuable information also shows in this pamphlet. General Shi Zichen authored an article titled The Horse Paintings of Mr. Yeh Tsui-Pai after October 1981. General Shi was from 1909 to 1993. He was not only a major general, but also a Huagang professor of the Department of Chinese in the Chinese Culture University. He was a well-known columnist and the author of 15 books. When General Yeh settled in Los Angeles from 1972 to 1979, General Shi not only reported on Yeh's exhibitions and speeches at more than 10 universities and museums in the western United States and his achievements, but also talked about Yeh's philosophical thoughts on the celestial horse paintings. Several main points are: in January 1974, Yeh had an exhibition at the California State Museum of Science and Industry, maybe California Science Center in Los Angeles. The audience reached 320,000 in 6 weeks. On February 1st, 1975, the 15 cities in Southern California jointly held a Friendship World procession and invited General Yeh as Grand Marshal. It is a great honor for him. In June 1980, when Yeh exhibited in Toronto, the Canadian National Radio has broadcasted his horse paintings for the first time in 9 years since the severance of diplomatic relations between China and Canada. It is undoubtedly a breakthrough for Chinese paintings in the past 2,000 years. When in Toronto, Yeh visited Niagara Falls, the greatest wonder of the universe. He said that the roar sound was like thunder and touched his heart. Therefore, he tried to transform his feelings into this painting 1,000 Horses Gallop in August. In October 1980, close to 1 million people attended Yeh's exhibition at the Pacific National Exhibition Center in Vancouver. Now, I will discuss 3 questions I had in 2019 when curating the Drumright exhibition. The first is why Yeh had so many activities and achievements in the United States. The second is why he established the Celestial Horse Art Museum in Japan. Third, why he had an adopted Japanese son. When I saw the word adopted son, I mistakenly thought that he had no family. Until about 2023, Dr. Wang Chi-sun, my husband's elementary school classmate, visited us and chatted about the anecdote that he had once driven north to San Francisco and helped Yeh's son to transport paintings to Yeh's exhibition. Until then, I learned that he had a son in UCLA, Los Angeles. Later in the book of Oral History, The Celestial Horses and Military Life of General Yeh Tsui-Pai, Yeh recalled that at the end of 1971, he made 2 exhibitions in Tokyo, Japan. During the inaugural exhibition, the viewers purchased all of 100 paintings he offered within 6 days. The second exhibition in a small town sold out all 20 paintings on the first day, despite the exhibition was pre-scheduled for 2 days. Therefore, the Tokyo Culture Salon signed a 3-year contract for $260,000 with Yeh and would have touring exhibitions throughout Japan. After that, he went to Los Angeles, USA. At first, he stayed with his sons, and then he bought the Celestial Horse Villa with a 5-bedroom. When Yeh was in the United States, here we'll show a few photographs documenting his exceptional achievements. This is after 7 months preparation and filming. KTVU station of US presented a 30-minute special on General Yeh's works. The program attracted several thousands of viewers. This is American Millionaire magazine used General Yeh's portrait to be its cover and gave 6 pages to introduce General Yeh and his master paintings. On January 13, 1974, American California Living magazine, Los Angeles Herald-Examiner, used General Yeh's celestial horses to be as the cover and gave the 4 pages to introduce General Yeh and his paintings. This is a news agency of Western Germany presented a special documentary on General Yeh's horsing painting demonstration and screened in Europe. In 2019, I bought a copy of Time Life magazine, which published on July 10, 1985, discontinued later and is out of print. This is the American KVN TV station, which spent 3 months to make a special episode of the Celestial Horses of General Yeh Tsui-Pai. It broadcasted 3 times in the United States. The painting on the right side is the Celestial Horse over the Great Wall. It is an influential painting. This magazine not only shows Yeh's paintings, but also shows his calligraphy. The calligraphy writes as, "Arts beautify the era, life is an art." This is Yeh created the calligraphy style as writing the dragon character and the longevity character. He used the cursive style to draw bamboo and calligraphy. The calligraphy he wrote is, "The sky opens up to boundless, and the great benefits to the people." The inscription on this one is, "Try to create words with the beauty of stalactites." The center 2 pairs of calligraphy are, "Being unconventional is the picture of immortals. Being affectionate is the heart of Buddha." As for why he founded the Celestial Horses Art Museum in Japan, one of my video's viewers also raised this question to me before. As a result, I found the answer in the book of his, Oral History, again. He said because he was 85 years old, he should be able to tell the story then. Before he went abroad in 1965, a general friend introduced him to Zhongshan North Road in Taipei to do spirit writing. At that time, living Buddha Jigong appeared. Yeh asked, "Can I travel around the world for cultural activities?" The answer was, "Floating and wandering, somewhere to stop? Thousands of miles of clouds and mountains, a piece of paper can do all. With your own works, to understand what you have achieved. Waiting for the fence from the east to locate, and the shadow protects the body." He said for the first 2 sentences, pointed out that he was a horse painter and always on the move. The second 2 sentences clearly indicated that I could travel thousands of miles just by taking the paper with me. The 5th and 6th sentences gave him the feeling that you could use your own creations to accomplish what you have hoped for. However, he could not understand the last 2 sentences for decades because they contained deep meanings of Zen. It was not until March 3, 1988, that he received a call from his assistant saying that a Japanese guest came to visit. Yeh answered that you could just show him around. He returned to the studio half an hour later. Unexpectedly, the guest was still waiting for him. He was Fujino Kazushige, only in his 40s, but he was already the chair of 8 insulation companies in northern Japan. While talking to Yeh, Fujino stared at the painting of the celestial horse over the Great Wall hanging on the wall. After back to his hotel in Taipei, Fujino drafted a short article, titled Dandelion. The main idea was that his life used to be like a dandelion flying in the wind. However, after seeing the celestial horse's paintings by Yeh, Fujino then determined his direction and started to blossom. Yeh believed Fujino's article was excellent and considered Fujino a potential literato. Later, Fujino plans to build Yeh's Celestial Horses Art Museum in Akita, Japan. This is when they are looking at the model design drawing of the art museum together. Later in the autumn of 1988, Fujino invited Yeh to visit Japan. Fujino not only hired 3 translators for Yeh, but also arranged a trip for Yeh seeing horses in Hokkaido. In November, Fujino also held an exhibition for Yeh in Ginza, Tokyo. In May 1993, Fujino invited the Tohoku TV station of Japan to Taipei to shoot a TV documentary titled Yeh Tsui-Pai, the founder of the Celestial Horse School of Painting. The film shoots into 2 durations, 20 minutes and 45 minutes, and both will broadcast within the Celestial Horses Art Museum. Yeh said Fujino was the best entrepreneur, a very thoughtful literator, and even the most chivalrous hero. It was not until then that Yeh understood the zen of the last 2 sentences of waiting for the fence from the east to locate, and the shadow protects the body, which living Buddha Jigong said 30 years ago. Now it manifested itself in Fujino. There were Japanese laughed at Fujino as a crazy man, but he did not care about them. Yeh said only in Japan would come out such a crazy man, who is unheard of and ancient in modern times. In this catalogue of the Celestial Horses album, Yeh Tsui-Pai wrote a preface talking about celestial horses. The time shows December 1989. I guess this album should still be for sale in the Celestial Horses Art Museum today. All the paintings in the album are wonderful and will touch people's hearts. This is what the Celestial Horses Art Museum looks like now. Finally, according to Professor Wei Yan's article on the internet in the supplement of Central Daily News on May 1, 1999, Forgetting Ages in Calligraphy and Painting, Sincere and Enthusiastic General Yeh Tsui-Pai, it was mentioned that Yeh Tsui-Pai died just more than 20 days before the opening of the Celestial Horses Art Museum on May 25, 1999. What a pity! It is gratifying that the Celestial Horses Art Museum in Japan shows profound respect for General Yeh and has done a decent job of protecting Yeh's paintings, so that we can still see the most precious art treasures that General Yeh Tsui-Pai has left to the world. Finally, I would like to share with you 2 rare authentic works. This one is 6 dragons competing for glory. Tsui-Pai at the age of 80. When I saw the time of the Japanese exhibition in December 1989, Yeh should have painted them at the same period. This one is majestic energy over mountains and rivers, painted in early 1966. This painting used with the leftover dried ink from the day before. It shows magnificent energy and awe-inspiring. This is all my research on General Yeh Tsui-Pai. I will introduce Zhang Mo Jun in the next issue. Please look forward to it.